Do you look at hair colour brands' methods of telling us what shade is what and think, well, whether you're a hair professional like me or you colour your own hair at home, this video demystifies it all. Hello and welcome to the world of Craig. Yes, that's me, I'm Craig, and this is my channel, slightly festive channel, where we get into all things hair and sometimes a little bit of beauty. Now, you've seen the thumbnail and the intro, so this video is all about how to understand numbering and lettering systems when it comes to depth and tonal value in hair colour. I know a lot of people find it very overwhelming to choose a colour, whether they are hair pros like me or whether you are a consumer at home. I would just like to mention before we get into this video, I have mentioned it a few times here on my channel, I can't give out specific formulas or tell you what box dye to go and buy from the chemist/drugstore because I can't see your hair and it's very nuanced. I get DMs from people who send me their inspo pics that their clients have sent me and say, I need this formula. And it's not quite as straightforward as that because it's the canvas, it's the porosity, it's what products you're using. There is so much to it, but I can really demystify how you choose colours when it comes to different hair colour brands. So that's enough of an intro. Let's get into it. Silly me, I almost forgot a tiny little bit of housekeeping before we get into the video. If you enjoy this and you find it helpful, you know exactly what to do. You liking this or sharing it with a friend helps to get my content out there. And at the end of the day, this channel, my channel, is all about you. It's all about me sharing my education for free so that you can have the best hair or give your clients the best hair they've ever had. First of all, it is a festive time of year. You can't really see because of the way that I film, but behind me is a bit of a Christmas scene with a Christmas tree. I do have coming very, very soon a Christmas video, so keep your eyes peeled because it's a shop up and it's a lot of fun. I do have a lot of Christmas videos. I make one every year. They're so much fun to make. No one sees them because the algorithm hates them. Oh! Boo. But they are all here on my channel. So if you're into that sort of thing, you can go and watch them. I will link that down below. And then lastly, just to continue on from what I was just saying, I think I do completely understand if you're stuck for a formula and you really want help, but I think sometimes people would just like me to sort of take the responsibility and say, this is the formula, use this and this will be great. But the problem with that is I don't want to be responsible for that because I can't see you or your client, I can't feel their hair, I don't know what it is that you're using. So I don't really want to be giving out formulas and you not getting the results that you want. But I can help you with those numbering and lettering systems to help you choose the right formulas. So here we go. So let's get into what you've all come here for, how to understand those labels and what you're buying, okay? Now, colour brands basically use one of two different systems, and that is either numbers or numbers and letters, okay? Now, I'm going to focus here on Weller. That's a brand that I do use in salon as well, and it's a very, very popular hair colour. Now, I know that a lot of people find these numbering systems very overwhelming. I have been using them for a long time, 37 years, 37 and a half years. So there's something that is part of my day to day. But let's, for example, put up an image of Weller Colliston 6-0, okay, on the screen. Now that is dark blonde. Remembering that all colouring brands have slightly different names for colours, but generally colour brands use the same system across all of their lines. So Weller use numbers to describe it, whether it's Colour Fresh, Colour Touch, Colliston, they use the same numbering system. So back to the 6-0. The number 6 is the depth, the dark blonde that the hair colour sits at. And the 0 after the dash is the tonal value. So that is what tone would be deposited into the hair. In this instance, the 0 sits in the middle of the colour wheel. We know the colour wheel, don't we? Yes, it sits in the middle of the colour wheel. And that's what determines the tone. So this has a neutral or natural tone. Remembering, once again, that all different colour lines use different words to describe those things. But it's not confusing because they do give us the information online. It's also worth remembering that most colouring systems go from a level 1, which is black, to a level 10, which is lightest blonde. It can be different, there can be caveats to that, and things can be slightly different, but it really is that simple. Remember this, and this is whether the brands use either numbers or letters. We're going to get into consumer brands and some other bits and pieces in a second, but what comes first, before the dash, is the depth, and what comes after is the tone. Let's have some more examples. Now let's have another example, and I'm going to pop on screen here the tonal value chart from Weller. Every brand has one, they are all online. And if you're a hair, and they also have them for home hair color, for box dye. So you can find all of those online as well. And if you can't find it online, your brand rep, if you're a hair pro, will be able to give it to you, or you could always email a brand that makes consumer products directly to get that from them. So that's online, that's not online, that's on screen there, okay? Let's have another example, 10, 1, 6. So we know that anything that comes before the dash is a level 10, so this is a very light colour, and it's a very popular one in Weller as well, I know, for toning. And then the 1 is ash, and the 6 is violet. When there are two numbers after the dash, that means that the first number, the ash, is the predominant tone, and the second number, the 6, is the softer tone. So this is a level 10 with a strong ash and a soft violet. Simple. Just to briefly mention before we move on, lots of brands use that particular system. So Schwarzkopf use that system. There are consumer brands in the drugstore / chemists that use that system. It is a very popular one, but I know that it is one that people do find confusing. My personal preference is for them to use numbers for the depth and letters for the tones. Now, you all know, probably, I'm a huge Shades EQ Gloss fan. There's an entire playlist here on my channel. I've used it for a long time, coming up for near on 30 years, I think, something like 25 years. And they break down colour by using the number for the depth. Well, let's pop a Shades EQ Gloss shade on screen here. They use the number for the depth, and then they use letters for the tonal values. Lots of other brands use this system. Kenra, Gaitang, I think Paul Mitchell does, I think Pravana does. So there are lots of brands that use this method. So let's have 8WG. We have 8WG, yes we do. The 8 is the level, so that's a level 8. And Colour Gel Oils are done the same way with Redken, is a level 8. The WG is warm gold. So that's a warm tone, which is slightly coppery, slightly ambery really, in the warm family with Shades EQ. It's not too strong, it's not too orange, it's just a very warm amber colour. It's actually in my formula. And then the gold is, the G is gold. So that's a level 8 with warmth and then with gold. So that numbering system, for a lot of people, it kind of simplifies it, but I do also know that a lot of people do prefer the numbers, just pure numbers, but it really is that straightforward. Now, I said I was going to share with you about consumer brands, and that's exactly what I'm going to do now. Interestingly, something like Clairol Nice and Easy, which is actually made by Weller. That product is made by the biggest colour house in the world, so it's a great product. They're not out to get you. Clairol Nice and Easy, they use the numbering system for the depth, and then they use the letter for the tone. I think that's probably because it's a consumer product, so they want to make it easier to know that something is, a 5, so it's a level 5, and it has gold in it, so it is a G. And then L'Oreal, for example, L'Oreal Excellence, they use what they would use with Majorelle, which is another L'Oreal professional brand, and they use the number for the depth, so many numbers and letters, the number for the depth, and then they use the number for the tonal value. This is my advice to you if you are a consumer going out shopping for hair colour. Yes. Or I would actually probably advise you to go and get it online. I know that's controversial, you get bold, but I would screenshot their shade guides that they have online. They're really, really good because these brands want you to buy their products, so they're giving you the information. Have a screenshot if you're out in your drugstore/chemist, or if you're online, have it open so that you can reference what all the shades are. And I do, in my own personal experience, find it much easier when I'm doing my research to order home hair color products online, because you go to a chemist or a drugstore and they often don't have what you want. But that's it in a nutshell. All the information is out there for you, and now you know that whatever is before the dash is the level of the colour, and whatever comes after is the tone. And if there are 2 letters or numbers after the dash, then that means that the first one is a primary tone and the second one is a secondary tone. So that's it for our look at hair colour numbering/lettering systems. I hope you found that helpful. If you did find it helpful, or even if you just enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments. It's always great to hear from you. As I've said before, I'll say it again, I'm really enjoying building a community, put my teeth in, here on my channel. You guys are absolutely amazing, and it blows my mind that my channel has grown so much this year. Just a quick reminder that Christmas video will be coming soon, so keep your eyes peeled because I made it for you and it's loads of fun. We had so much fun filming it. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I will wait for you to see it drop and then to go and watch it. A huge thank you if you've and also you remember that if you did enjoy this video or found it helpful, you know exactly what to do. It's hugely helpful and it lets me know what you're enjoying here on my channel, and it helps push my content out. A huge thank you for watching this if you've got to the end. Hello, you all take lots of festive care, and I'll see you all in the next one.